Welcome explorers, I'm Alistair and this is the Highland Hikers. So thank you for joining me again on another walk. I'm out mowing again today. Been a wee while actually, we've been out quite a few with Douglas, so I'm kind of looking forward just to go back out mowing again. It's always nice just to get that kind of wee solitary walks, you know, and just kind of get time to spend on your own. So today I'm in Glen Dochart and I'm heading up to Munros on the north side. So behind me you can see the mighty Ben More just being surrounded by the clouds. Wow, does that look spectacular. The sun is rising off to this side. It's just a beautiful morning. I think I've timed this one quite well. Hopefully the weather stays like this for the rest of the day, although I don't think it's going to be. But already this morning it's been pretty special, even with the weather like this. I set up the camera to do a nice wee walk by shot with the sun rising in the background, and then all of a sudden this massive Highland cow walked round the corner of the track. And if you've seen any of our previous videos, you'll know I'm not the biggest fan of cows as it is, and this thing was huge, massive big antlers as well. I was not impressed, so I kept well out its way. I was able to come back and rescue the camera after it had gone on, so I was quite happy with that. But yeah, like I said, I'm up to Munros today. First one is, I think it's Sgiath Chuil Meall, and then it's on to Meall Glas. So we've got about 15 kilometres, just over 1,000 metres of ascent, and it should take between 7 to 8 hours or so. So I'm going to crack on and we'll see you further up the hill. I'm about 4.5k in now. I've just crossed over the stream, just slightly below the dam. There's probably a few crossing points there, and just take the best one, whichever you find, with depending on the height of the river. Today it was pretty much non-existent, so it's dead easy. But I think the cloud has lifted slightly, but I am heading up into it now, and I'm not hopeful for a cloud-free summit today, unfortunately. So I've reached the summit of my first Munro of the day, which is Sgiath Chuil at 921 metres, 929 metres. One of them is correct, I hope. But as you can see, the clags all around, there is no views to be had whatsoever. The wind has picked up a bit and my right foot is absolutely soaking, which is not pleasant considering I've got another like 10 kilometres to go. So I'm going to crack on. I'm not going to stick about up here for that long. There's nothing to see, as you can see. And we'll head over to the next one, and the tallest one, Meall Glas. So that's the tallest of the two today. So I've made it down off the first Munro, and the pathfinding off that isn't the easiest at all. You get this nice kind of steady, well-worn path, and then the route says you basically just go left and straight down the mountain. I could not find where that was, and it just looked really steep, so I kept following the path, and eventually I just came to nothing, and then I ended up having to kind of double back and go down the side at kind of an angle. It made it a lot easier going down, but it certainly added a huge chunk onto the walk, probably a good couple of kilometres probably. And now I've made it across to the bottom of the second Munro Meall Glas, and again just trying to route find up this is just an absolute nightmare in these conditions. There's no clear path at all. Occasionally you find something that you think's the path but it turns out not to be. So I'm going to keep going. I'm pretty much on where the route says I should be, so I'll stick to that. The mountain is just, you can't see anything at all up here, so we'll crack on and we'll see you at the top. So I made a wee detour on the way up towards Meall Glas. Behind me, this wee cairn here, that's Meall Cheestree, yeah, 937 metres. I'm not entirely sure why this isn't a Munro, it's higher than the last one. I'm guessing they just felt there's not enough of a prominence between this one and Meall Glas, which is further back that way. So it's really just right on the route almost, you just have to come a wee bit further up and that's you. But oh my goodness, it's blowing a gale up here and I'm going to head into that wind and there's pretty much no view as usual, but occasionally just breaking, like right behind the camera right now is just a wee bit of a break in the clouds and you can see something through there, but it's not much just now, and all of a sudden the wind's gone. So right, I'm going to crack on, get to Meall Glas and finish off this day. So I've reached the summit of Meall Glas, which you can see behind me. I'm going to keep this short and sweet because it's blowing a gale, it's wet, and the fog is just everywhere, there's nothing to see. I think 959 metres, highest point in the route today, and from here it's pretty much all downhill. Feet are absolutely soaking, legs are soaking, top half's dry. Oh, there's not really much else to say about this walk. So we'll crack on and I'll see you hopefully back in the car. After what's felt like an absolute eternity walking through bog after bog after bog, I think I am now back on the proper route that everyone else is taking. No idea how to find the top of it, but yeah, this definitely feels a bit better. There's shoe prints in the mud, which is always a bit of a relief, but my goodness, that bit was not pleasant. It's just big moor just between the two mountains there. No, it's just boggy, boggy, boggy. It's still soaking under feet just now, but I'm just happy that I can see where I'm going. Shouldn't be too much longer, I hope. Although I think I've got a good 3-4k at least before I'm back to the start. We'll see there. So I'm almost back to the car. The farm where I parked is pretty much just behind me, just down the hill here, and I'm going to wrap it up about here. So thank you for bearing with me with this one. I know it's maybe not been the best of videos compared to some of our other ones, but it's still been a good walk. The clag basically gives some atmospheric shots and it's really it's a bit creepy up there sometimes, and sometimes you're just walking up the hill and then you'll just see these big massive hulking Goliaths of shadows just coming out of nowhere. It's just parts of the mountain which you haven't been able to see up until that point, and it makes it very eerie, but at the same time it's still pretty cool. So yeah, thanks for bearing with us on this one. I really, really appreciate it. If you've got it to this point, thank you very much. Just one other wee thing I want to give a wee shout out. My wife is going back to uni next week, and I just want to say super proud of you. So happy that you're getting to go back and love you so much. I'm really, really happy for you. So on that note, I shall leave you there and we shall see you for our next walk.